Hey, welcome everybody, welcome everybody. This is a special video, a special announcement. And as always, if you like the content, you like the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an up-to-date video. Um, the big announcement that I got, normally I talk nothing but wrestling, like on Tuesdays, usually it's my Raw talk. I'm talking about Raw, things like that. Things that catch my eye, things that drive me up the wall, things that drive me crazy. One of the things I want to talk to everybody about today and give you guys an update is we are going to be changing our names from the Jamez Report to This Is a Shoot podcast. The big reason for this change is you think wrestling fans know what being in a shoot is. And for those who maybe they're new to the business or you don't understand, a shoot is like someone who has no script, nothing's planned out. You see someone go out there in the ring and they, for instance, Farouk versus Ahmed Johnson way back in the Attitude Era, Farouk really literally beat the crap out of Ahmed Johnson for him running his mouth and hunting Farouk a couple weeks prior. One of the bigger ones that a lot of people think of is JBL and Farouk, the APA. Seems like Farouk does a lot of shoot against Public Enemy when Public Enemy came in. That's probably the most famous one that a lot of people know of as not being planned out. Yeah, they was going to have a match, but they went out there and actually beat the crap out of these guys. So why I'm changing it, that's one of the reasons why I'm changing it. Secondly, why I'm changing it is because this podcast, the things that I do, I don't plan nothing out. I sit down and I watch the show just like anybody else would, and I might make some bullet points on some notepads of things I want to cover, but everything that is being said is the fact that it's coming from what I'm feeling at that moment, how I feel. Sometimes I do some research if it's something that didn't happen that night, or if I'm listening to someone else's podcast, then I will do some research on something that just caught my eye that I found interesting. But everything I say is a shoot. I don't plan it out. I come up here being real with everybody. I'm a real individual. My name is Jimmy. I'm not afraid to put that out on the internet or whatever, but I'm coming at you as being real and legit. And so being in a shoot, it's a shoot podcast. There's nothing planned out as far as, what's going to be said. I don't go, if I have a special guest on, we don't go through what's going to be said. They're just being who they are, and I'm being who I am. The thing about wrestling is, and that's what I love about wrestling is, I keep hearing stories, we heard on Busted Open a couple weeks ago, a woman who lost her father, and she was sad, and she talked about how Cameron Grimes brings a smile to the face. Wrestling has this overall thing, that, it just draws people together. It's this overall thing that's completely wholesome, I should say. When I watch wrestling, I look at it from an entertainment standpoint. Yes, there are things that I just find completely ridiculous and stupid. I want some reality to what I'm watching. I want to believe what I'm seeing. I want to feel what I'm seeing. There are some segments, yes, so I know this there for entertainment. It's there for entertainment, and I understand that whole concept. Something that I'm feeling, and that it didn't come to mind until I just watched it here on Raw, like I said, I'm talking about, is rated RkBRO. RkBRO with Randy Orton and Matt Riddle. At first, I was like, because I'm not a big fan of Matt Riddle outside the ring, his outside the ring antics. But the more I thought about it, you think of Randy Orton when he was in his younger prime days and his Matt Riddle days of being an age. His outside antics is what cost him a lot of opportunities. And he's came out and said that. He said, look, I have a lot of apologizing to do, a lot of making up to do because of what I've done. And so I think, in a way, Orton's been placed with Riddle to help guide Riddle on the right things and the wrong things to do and the right antics and that he can say and things he can get away with to teach Matt Riddle. Obviously, they see something in Riddle to put him with Randy Orton to begin with. Randy Orton sees something in Riddle to even agree to team up with him and to teach him and to guide him. And I'm interested to see where this goes. They're 2-0 now. But the chemistry that these guys have inside the ring and outside the ring is undeniable. It's absolutely undeniable. But that's the things right there that, that draws people in. People that love Randy Orton, that maybe don't like Matt Riddle like me, it kind of gives you a new take on Riddle to go, okay, now I get it. Now I can, I kind of like what Riddle has to offer. I kind of like what Riddle's doing. But, wrestling is an entertainment aspect. Yes, the victories are planned out ahead. Yes, it's not so unpredictable. Yes, there's a lot of things that are predictable. But that all being said, it's entertainment. It's in the name. You think of AEW, it's all elite wrestling. It may not be in the name, but AEW has this way of entertaining you in a different aspect than what WWE is going to do. WWE pertains more to kids. AEW, I think, pertains more to people in their 20s and in the 30s and things like that. And the guys and those of us who remember the Attitude Era that won it back. It brings back that. In AEW, that's their identity. For a while, they didn't have one. Now that they don't have no competition with NXT, I believe they're starting to find their identity. And sometimes a lot of people find wrestling to find their identity. I know a lot, people, wrestling's one of those things that people may make fun of you for watching, but I guarantee you put a match on, they're going to give it a shot. They're not going to go, oh, that's wrestling, I ain't going to watch it. They're going to watch it. Be proud of being a wrestling fan. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't hide from it. I don't hide from it. I come out and say it. May have something to do with the fact that I'm single and I do these podcasts to make up for my lonely life. I'm not going to get into that right now. But it's the fact that, it draws people together and you can't deny that. So that all being said, guys, I just wanted to make this video, give you a quick update, and I want to tell you how much I appreciate the support that you guys that have subscribed, and those who may not subscribe but you're watching the video. I want to thank you for the thumbs up. I want to thank you for any comments that you leave, positive and negative, because when you interact, it shows me that, I'm not doing this in vain, and I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it to put a different perspective out there. A lot of podcasters out there has a lot to do with guys that was in the ring. It's kind of, and so I wanted to do something different and bring something different to the table of saying, this is a wrestling fan watching this. This is a wrestling fan seeing this. This is a wrestling fan's perspective. He don't have all the ins and outs, but, it's that perspective of, we can interact with each other because we may have the same perspective, that maybe the wrestling, without all the fancy wordplay and the knowledge of what goes into a match, it's just that instant reaction. Like I said, that's why I'm going to call this, the name is going to be changed to This is a Shoot Podcast. And I promise your name's not going to change after that. This is a Shoot Podcast. And if you made it to the end of this video, once again, you've liked the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That way you get the up-to-date videos. I will be making a Raw video, at least talking about something that happened on Raw, even though I've already talked about RkBRO on this show. Thank you all for tuning in, and I just want you to all know I appreciate you, and thank you for all your support.